Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog. Get ready. Get ready.
Alrighty, guys, find a seat. Let's go.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot. You'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved.
Good morning, everybody. Lots of new faces. I love it. I love it. There's definitely every week I feel like we have a couple of newbies that wander in. And welcome, welcome. So if this is your first time, just really quick, Million Cups, welcome. I hope you're in the right place. Really what we're about is just taking and supporting each other through this crazy journey of entrepreneurship. And, you know, the support that we're given and the things that we're accomplishing is huge. It's easy to ideate, but it's not always easy to execute. And we were just having that conversation this morning. So anything we can do to help you or push you or even just get behind you and push you off the cliff, let us know, because we're here to support. With that being said, one of the first people I met when I came to Grants Pass was Miss Valerie. And she's pretty private about Ophelia. She ran it and ran it and ran it for quite a while and sent out a whole lot of really great samples and, you know, to super special people. But she really kept it on the down low of what she was doing. A lot of us know her for senior advocates and that kind of stuff. But Ophelia is her passion project. And so with that being said, I welcome you to the stage, my dear.
Hello. So, Ophelia and Company. The concept came into fruition about 2 years ago. I started researching on making my own skincare for me. I started handing out samples to close friends, and they were not good. And when I tried to make another batch and try to hand them out to them again, they wouldn't take them. That is a true story. I had to convince them to take the new product. I'm like, I need to know, and I can't make my stuff if I don't know what's going to be good. So they eventually started taking them, and then they started to be really good. And my first real mess up, great product that turned into the best product was my hand cream, which is the gateway drug to the rest of the line. The hand cream was the first development that I did, and I was handing it out, and my dad, who's here, was sitting at a lawyer's office with me. I wasn't in trouble. And I was handing out samples to the lawyers, like, here, try this. This is, you know, we're doing a trust. Here, try this. You got to understand Ophelia and Company. And my dad looked right at me and said, you have got to stop giving out samples, and you need to sell it. So my first sale was the magnesium cream, because that's the next gateway drug. My first sale was to Terry Wiley. So from there, it's been developing and going, and I can't give you any numbers of what my projection sales are, because I don't know, because whatever I make, I put directly right back into it and buy more stuff to make more products. So I don't know. It is, okay, this is my first PowerPoint also. I never made one before. So this is Ophelia. Ophelia is my mare, and she is so lovely. She is so sweet. She is such a kind horse. And Ophelia came to me at 4 years old, completely, her legs were trash from being started too hard and too fast when she was 2 years old. So she is pretty much useless in riding. So I thought, what better way to immortalize her than to start a company and name it after her. So she now gets to be famous, and she doesn't even know about it. The beef tallow, how I came onto beef tallow was, in all my research, it started going down into a hole of like, we should be more into old school, thousands of years, they used beef tallow or suet or fat to hydrate their skin. And as I started to go down a rabbit hole of YouTube and making tallow and how to do it, these are all the things that started to come up for the benefit of using beef tallow instead of seed oils. Seed oils are very bad for your skin. Including coconut oil is extremely bad for your skin when you look at the comogenic scale. But beef tallow is very available, bioavailable for your skin. So this kind of goes into all of the benefits of using beef tallow. Now, it's very greasy. I don't like greasy. I don't like fingerprints on my computer or my steering wheel or on my face. I like to put makeup on in the morning, and beef tallow is very oily, and all of that, your makeup will slide off. You'll have fingerprints on everything. So I have formulated everything to not be that way. The only one out of all of them, which I cannot sell during summer, that is beef tallow, shea butter, and essential oils, is the whipped body butter. That melts because there is no stabilizers or anything else in it, so that is greasy. The processes that I go through, because everybody's like, well, how can you scale? How can you take it up a notch? How can you make bigger batches, sell it, mass produce and get it to stores? It's very difficult. These are pictures of me actually rendering it. I get my beef fat from Cartwrights. I get it local. I text Jamie, I tell him how many pounds, hundreds of pounds I want him to save. He saves them, I go pick it up. I bring it home and I send it through a meat grinder, and then I use big, that's a crock pot, but I use big electric ovens now to render it down. The first render happens over 24 to 36 hours. From there, I then strain it, another wet method, as they call it, and then 2 dry methods to actually get the moisture out of it. So it takes upwards of 7 to 10 days for me to actually render it all the way down to where it does not have a smell. The next portion of it is sterilization. Sterilization of the pots, the pans, the utensils, measuring cups, the tubes for the hand cream, all of the containers that I use, I sterilize them and store them in big Ziploc bags so they stay sanitized. Then from there is the production. So doing the product formulation. I have Excel spreadsheets. I have created all of my formulas, which are the recipes, and converted them over to formulas. So I can scale the batch just by changing numbers in one box, and it scales everything or brings it down. So then I just print it out, and I go into the kitchen, and I start to put everything together. When the product is made, from there it's packaging. Then I package said product. Then I have to label the said product, and I have to create the labels, and I have to put them all on. It's a very time-consuming process, so which is why I have not scaled. Going through all that, these are my points of pain for this. This is why it's still a passion project. I need room to process more vats of fat, essentially. So I can have multiple stuff going at the same time. As of now, I am confined to my kitchen and what space I have in my kitchen. Sanitization and storage of sanitized tools and containers. I sanitize everything, and then I make it all and then sanitize it again. But the storage of it and where to have it would be nice to have a big place where it's just like a commercial kitchen or something. And then big enough to make larger batches, climate controlled, bottling the product where I can have hundreds of bottles out and package it all at the same time instead of packaging 10 to 15 and then calling good with that. The printing the labels, I can order printable labels, and I get that. And I'll probably eventually go to that if I can find somebody who can make labels similar to what I have now, because it's a very, very specific look I want. And like the gold and the luxury kind of look is what I was going for with that. These are all of the products that I currently have. One that's not on there that is getting ready to be bottled is actual jars of just tallow that people can buy for cooking. I will be having that out very soon. I have a men's line, Fight Club, thanks to Claudia and her husband. They were the test patients for that. The Whip Body Butter, the women's day and night cream, liquid soap, bars of soap, Fight Club for men, magnesium cream, and hand cream. And my current strategies for business and the brand development, because I'm not scalable at this current moment, I do a lot of vendor shows, horse shows, rodeos, horse auctions on ranches, on private ranches. I do Uncorked. I have wineries on Uncorked that ask me to be there while they're doing it. I have other wineries that also will stock the product there, that want it there, so people can use it and buy it from them at their place. I do a lot of sponsorships. As we know, I give a lot of product out for free. Grants passed down. I am the current premier sponsor for the jockeys. The jockeys have never had a sponsor, so I am sponsoring the jockeys, and they get my product in every season. And then I do benefit clinics with premier horse trainers and stuff, because I figured, here's another thing. When I'm handing out samples, I gotta ask if somebody's vegan or not. And it does become a problem. I feel that I'm pretty solid at rodeos and horse shows and all of that stuff, that they're not vegan. So I don't feel too bad about it. I donate a lot of auction baskets to different functions. I do First Fridays. I am currently in 2 stores. One is Ophelia Co, just down the street, and another one is in Nature's Corner in Thermopolis, Wyoming. And yeah, I pass out samples anytime I can. We have a pretty big cult following, and it's pretty exciting. What? Oh, okay. I thought I was like blown through it. Okay. We have a pretty big cult following. What's exciting now that it's been like fully a little over a year of me actually launching the products is that I'm getting recognized out in the community as the tallow lady. And it's exciting because I've never had that before. And so people are recognizing me and then coming up and wanting to buy product from me. So there we go, in a nutshell. Well, I had a minute. I was like, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about your men's product because you did not address that. So you do have kind of 2 lines at this point. Yeah. So by all means, take 2 seconds, maybe 10, and talk about your men's product really quick.
So the Fight Club is a face cream for the men, a beard and face cream for men. Men don't really take care of their skin very well, as we all know. They just use dial soap and call it good, and whatever happens, happens. It helps with, it's got sea fennel in it, it's got calendula oil in it, so that's good for healing of the skin. And so men underneath their beard, it gets very dry and scratchy and itchy. And so when they work it in, their skin heals up. It is not an oil.
So what I'm hearing is it's not going to make me look more grizzled and manly.
Yeah, no. You'll have a baby face. The young forever. It won't help with the gray.
Can you please go back to your list of products? Okay, fantastic. Do any of those do anything for sore muscles?
The magnesium cream.
Fantastic.
So the magnesium cream, so everything that I have in here is made from ground zero. So including, I buy the magnesium flakes, I grind them up, I melt them down, and I make my own oil, magnesium oil to put into there, which is why it's so strong. So, yeah, so that's in there. It helps really well. Ranchers use it. They actually talk about it. That should say something.
Of all your products, I mean, do you have any like sunscreen style products in your lineup?
Not yet. I do have zinc oxide, but I bought that to start doing that. It takes almost 9 to 10 months to take a product from your concept to actually launching it on the open market. I wanted to make the face creams first and get that solid, so I had a base to start adding the zinc oxide in. So that is my next one to start doing, but I have not done it yet.
Okay.
How do you differentiate yourself between other tallow people?
I don't, because it's the best. And I don't. I can tell you a quick story. I have given this particular person thousands of dollars worth of product, and she has never promoted me on Facebook, even though I have donated and given her personal products. She is personally doing somebody else. And it has made me so angry because I have supported her in all her causes. And I got my grubby little hands on her stuff. And she has also made her website look like mine. She has also used similar colors. And she has also used my signature scent. And I got my grubby little hands on some of her samples, and it is not good. And it doesn't smell good, and it does not feel like my stuff. And there's a clear difference. I also have another friend that their baby has eczema. So my stuff is also really good for eczema. Their baby has eczema, and they got a sample from their parents of the hand cream, and within 2 days, they said the eczema was gone. They ran out, didn't call me, went online, ordered it online, had it shipped to them, and it's been 2.5 weeks, and the eczema is full-blown and hasn't gone away. So they have now bought my stuff again, and they won't buy anybody else's.
Do you see yourself selling online, selling direct to consumer, selling through stores? Do you have a...
I do that all now. I have a website, I have it in stores, and I sell direct to people who reach out to me, and I bring it and sell it to them. So I do all 3 of them right now.
Any way you can get it out there, right?
Any way I can spread the word.
All right, as the flagship purchaser, a couple of testimonials on it to address what you had initially said about the face creams. I think we got all the way through M. She started out with A, and as a human guinea pig, I will give you honest feedback. The product has evolved to an incredible product. I personally am a fan of the magnesium cream, as she will attest. Mm-hmm. It's from here to Houston to Sequim, Washington. I just got another order for 3 more from Sequim. Whether you use it for aches and pains, whether you use it for a sleep aid, it is an amazing product. Well worth it. I would say that if I gave any encouragement is, figure out how to, I was shocked when I found out that stores take 50% of when you put it in a store, they get 50% of your product, your sale.
Yeah.
That seems like a lot to me. So whatever this group can do to get that down would be great.
Yeah, that's something to know that when you, even though you're in a store and you have this great product, all the stores, because they have the overhead, they have to do that stuff, they take 50% of your profit right off the top. So.
Hey there. So you mentioned a couple times about the barriers to scale. Is scaling important to you? That's question 1.
Yeah, I would love to scale, but when we're talking scaling, I'm not talking hundreds of thousands of products going out the door a month. Not that kind of scaling.
So, related to the level of scale that you want, you kind of have that in mind. What are the things that need to happen in order to make that possible?
Finding a bigger space. That's about it. He's not done.
I did. I made a mistake. I got eager. So with that in mind, finding a space, is that something that you're needing help with? What are you doing right now towards that end?
I am not doing anything for that right now. So one of my, and this is my thing, is that I'm not really willing to go take out big business loans to do anything. So scaling has to be on a very low and slow, steady wins the race kind of thing. So I know of some places that are in the works for other things, and I'm keeping my ear to the ground, but at this point, slow and low and steady is the way I'm going to take it. So I can keep up with what I have now, and if things start to grow, then maybe I'll go get a loan or something, but right now I don't really want to have a business loan.
I'm just wanting a little more clarity on your scaling, because it's interesting for you, but then just in general as well. What are you? So you're keeping it more sustainable. What are like the milestones that you see right now? You're keeping up with what you have going. What would be your next milestone where maybe you would consider a business loan? What would be your ultimate goal?
So right now, it's doable with me. And it is still difficult. I mean, my dad can attest to that, because I work full-time at my other job and work full-time with this one. It's doable right now. To scale to the next, it would be getting enough orders in to where I could bring somebody on and teach them how to make the stuff, and then I have that employee. And then from there, okay, well, now we have even more orders because things going out the door, and we can do it. So then, then I have 1.5 people, meaning myself and that one person. Okay, well, now we grew to another level to where I'm going to need another person, maybe 2 people to keep this going and to keep the orders going out the door. And scaling small like that. I don't want to bring somebody on and have them work, and then 2 months later, I don't have any orders and I have to let them go, because then I don't get them back. I don't think that's right. So ultimately, I have no idea. I would love to go big. I mean, we all do. As entrepreneurs, you want to see everything go big. I want to be number one. I want people to see my brand and all over the country and think, yeah, that's Valerie, that's Ophelia Company, that's luxury, that's creme de la mer, that's all of that. That's what I ultimately want to see. Is it feasible? Maybe in 5 years, but right now, not yet.
I'm going to interject because Val and I have had some really great late night conversations on it. But the one thing that she's not willing to compromise is the ingredients.
Exactly.
So, Jerry, when you said what discerns you from everyone else is she's not bringing in extra additives, extra preservatives, unnatural scents. I mean, if she's putting a scent in, it is an all-natural oil. If she is putting anything in to help shelf life, she's doing the research and she's finding that. So I think one of the hardest things when you're looking to scale a product like this is you can't send it off and have it batched and still guarantee exactly what's going into it most of the time. So that's just, again, me speaking on behalf of her because it is an amazing product, and I think that is what discerns her and also holds it back as well. So that and maybe like some large vats that she could be spinning out in I mean, it's space. It's always space.
Hey, Claudia, while you're walking over to Jerry, I just wanted to add something. The journey, just a testament to you and your resiliency as an entrepreneur. Valerie presented at a pitch night at STEAM. It was the first pitch night for the Hub launch. And this is where I met both of these incredible humans. And I think there's a couple other humans in the room that were there that night. And to see us all continuing our journey and supporting one another, but testament to you, because you progressed. Like you started, you had this vision, this idea, and you were still perfecting the product. And then here you are. It's like the true entrepreneur journey. It's not easy.
No.
And it takes a lot of hard work and tenacity and resilience. So I'm excited to try the magnesium cream, but I just wanted to say cheers to you, my friend, for continuing on the journey.
Thank you.
Just a quick thought. For the babies, parents like babies that aren't crying and in pain. And your eczema thing, Pregnancy Care Center. You know them, that might be an idea. And then Club Northwest has a spa. And if you're in the spa, there's shells of, it's 1 ounce, it's $200. And I'm going, is it gold? So being in that atmosphere, if you know anybody that knows anybody at Club Northwest, perhaps, I don't know, but not looking at anybody particular. Getting it in there, there are also people who come and their friends come, and that's a way of spreading the word at that premium end of the thing. Might be an idea.
That one, I'm not exactly sure how well it would be to get into that, because a lot of them, they want FDA approved. And I won't send it off for testing for FDA approved. It's not because I just don't want to pay for that. There's no reason for me to pay for that right now. So I'm like, no, I will not do that. So I don't know, but I'm not going to do it. And I can't patent it. So when people talk about, like, with that scenario with that friend, pseudo-friend, who did that, who gave all my products to this other lady, and she went out and did that, they said, can you patent it? Can you do this? How come you haven't patented it? You can't patent natural products. You cannot patent beef tallow.
Can you not patent the formula, your exact formula? Don't get me wrong, obviously people can still kind of copy it, but could you not patent your formula ingredients? No, by the way, we have a patent attorney coming to do a little bit of a thing.
Yes. Good segue.
You can patent the formulas and you can get all that, yeah, probably. But that's going to cost a lot of money. Yeah. So, but, and it's fine. You know what? She can go out there. I don't have to give any more product to that person. I don't have to support them in what they do. And anybody who tries that person's product over my product and trying my product, they already realize my stuff is far superior. Yeah, they're doing my marketing for me. I don't have to struggle with that one. So.
I just have a couple recommendations. I would recommend first designing some SOPs right away and getting your processes down so that when you do bring in new people, it's easy for them to come on board.
I have all that already written down.
Beautiful.
So, yeah.
And then next is how's your social going? And I would recommend obviously putting testimonials and things on social media, making sure that works.
So I hired a little gal about 2 weeks ago. And so, in fact, I was asking to get videos for this so she can she's amazing at it. She's doing both companies right now. We'll see how that goes. So she is getting out there on the social media and sending me reels and doing that stuff.
So I'm actually hoping to find out how much your products cost. So what's your range?
The range is $20 to $55.
Okay, so specifically for your eczema and your magnesium cream?
The magnesium cream is $40.
Okay.
All of the products will work on eczema because the different formulations, they'll all still work on eczema. They're not going to flare it up or do anything. So anything, the little boy, they did the hand cream. I do have currently a whipped body butter with honey in it out for testing for lupus, rashes, and eczema right now. But most of it, all of it, can be used for that. It will not flare anything up.
I have a recommendation to make the Fight Club a little more manly.
Have you?
Maybe mix in some sand or concrete.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think the Fight Club is really interesting. That movie made me who I am today. Yeah, mostly that. I have a whole
My name is
double life.
Jamie, and I am a realtor.
Yeah, it's not real. I think we're all kind of wondering what marketing you're doing these days, because I think we're all bubbling with ideas of what you could do. But what are you already doing?
I mean, really, I'm not marketing. Like I said, outside of doing what I'm doing currently and getting out there, I started TikTok for her. So those are the social media, getting out there and probably doing some lives. First Fridays, collaborating with other people on Instagram and that sort of thing. So that's about it. Considering that everything costs money, and this is not, let's be clear, I don't have a bank of money in this. I'm not just like selling a ton of product and there's thousands of dollars sitting in there and I could just pay somebody $3,000 to start doing my marketing. I don't have that. I literally, when I have a sale, i.e., if I sell a cream for $55, I take that $55 and I go buy more of the ingredients that I need for that. That is how I'm doing it. If I paying the little social media gal, we figured out an hourly rate, and so I pay her off of that. And that is literally how the money is going. Will it start having money? Yeah. It'll start generating, and I'll be able to start having more and more in the bank. But right now, it's literally what I make goes right back into the company.
And then just to kind of piggyback on what she was saying, I would recommend a platform called Whatnot. It's a live selling platform, and this goes for anyone if you have a product. It's a very good, very hot live selling platform right now that, I mean, if you got the time, spend an hour a week or an hour a day, whatever, get on there, put your product up on there, and it'll do well.
So there's a very famous barrel racer named Fallon Taylor, and she was just talking about how she's selling her rodeo clothes and all that. She also has a very big business of, she has a clothing line, tactical, horse saddles, all that stuff. But she was actually selling her personal line of stuff on Whatnot, and she had made, and I was like, oh, and I think we had a presenter here at 1 Million Cups talk about it, that they were selling on there too.
So when I started this other business, I had a really great bookkeeper that recommended a book called Profit First.
Yes.
So have you heard of it?
Yes.
Have you started applying it inside of the business yet?
No.
Okay. Big recommendation because because as you know, it allows you to basically have different buckets to put cash.
Yeah.
And that'll also help you like stow money away for the bigger goals. It'll take time. Low and slow is the way to go. But having that process in place would make a huge difference to helping you accomplish your goals.
Perfect.
And I do have to say, from beginning to end, you have grown exponentially.
Yeah,
and sometimes that's hard to see when you're sitting in it, right?
Yeah, I'm
and
sitting
you're
in
doing it
my
every
mess,
single
and I
day,
don't
and
see
you're
it.
sitting in all of the grease and the tallow and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, think about it. 6 months ago, you wouldn't have had the funds to hire anybody hourly.
No.
And you would not have the wherewithal to do half of what you're doing, nor the confidence. So you have grown. So don't forget that, okay?
It's fine, yeah, because when you're in it, you don't see it. You don't see it. You see the messes, the
You see what you haven't done, not what you have.
Yeah.
So sometimes you need to be reminded what you have done.
Like I see not having the profit buckets. I see not having that stuff. I see not implementing that. I see where Dad can attest to this, where I come home and he's like, are you going to make product? No, I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. I don't want to deal with this. First Friday's next week. I get it. I'll take what I have. He's heard that so many times. I'll just take what I have. Whatever I have. If it sells out, fine. I don't care. I'm tired. So that's what I see. I see that stuff. Or the other day, turned on the stove, making liquid soap, turned on the stove, walked out, came back in, heard this clicking, went in there. It boiled over.
Oh.
All over. Floor, cabinet, stove, everywhere. I just turned it off and I said, I'll deal with this tomorrow.
Question.
So those are my mistakes that I see.
What is shelf life? So in essence, what if you had somebody that you could hire for 2 weeks and bring them in and make all of the product in the world? They know A, it's a short-term gig. B, you have a surplus. What is your shelf life, and is that a doable thing?
That is a doable thing. The only one that really doesn't have like a major shelf, well, it does. So with the whipped body butter, because of the oils in it and stuff, you got to use vitamin E and a certain type of vitamin E, and then that'll stabilize it to be longer shelf life. Outside of that, everything else is, I have Optifin Plus, which is a preservative. And the Optifin Plus, which I have done a lot of research on, is an eco-friendly preservative. And it depends on what the percentage of it is in there, but it's up to a year. So, and all the products have that.
Any more questions, comments, feedback? Oh, TJ.
Yeah. Hey, I recall you saying you needed some labels made and stuff like that. I'll be happy to help you out with my services. Just be happy to talk to you about whatever it is you may need.
You are on the top of my mind because I also asked you to do, I wanted Ophelia Company screen print on the front of my horse trailer. By the way, when I go to all these ranches and stuff, I take my horse trailer and I live out of it, and all the product goes in there. And I had asked you about what would it take to do a big cap around the front of it that says Ophelia Company, just so when I'm traveling down the road, that's out there.
Oh yeah, we could do that for you too.
Yeah. I just got to make some money. I got to sell some product.
Exactly. I'll talk to you after this.
Okay.
Okay, so I have one quick one. I actually have two quick
one
questions.
quick one
The
and one
first
slow one?
Yeah, one quick and one slow. The quick one is, you mentioned when the FDA approval piece came up, you quickly discarded that, and I was wondering why that isn't part of the plan, or is it part of the plan?
No,
okay.
It's not, because it takes years.
Takes
it
years.
It is not a slow process. It's not something that you apply for and do stuff. It takes years, and you have to have the product tested over years and all that, and to have the FDA. And it's not required.
No, right.
Yeah, and so it takes a lot of years and a lot of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars of paying certain labs to have
the
it
testing
lab
done.
tested and all that.
Okay.
And I'm just,
yeah, great. No, it makes sense. I just wanted to get a little more clear. And then the next question I have is, how can this community help you?
Buy the product, try it out, sample it, get the name out there, use it all. And I know it's expensive, but it lasts a long time. That's also the problem, is I have to, I got a way that it's expensive, but it lasts a long time, so. Packaging is important, yeah, of how long it'll last. So.
Let's have a big hand for Valerie. Yes, yes. And what a lovely outfit today, right? It looked amazing on camera, which we recorded this so you can review it later on YouTube. Yes, it's on our YouTube channel, which, how many people knew we had a YouTube channel? Yeah? We have a YouTube channel, 1 million cups, Rogue Valley, 1 million cups Rogue Valley. Look it up on YouTube. And yes, so I made this assumption that Valerie had presented before, because Valerie had done greeters here a while back, and in my mind, it just all got conflated. So I'm so happy to have you here at 1 Million Cups. It's a great entrepreneurial story, and you're, the bootstrapping and just pushing through. And I appreciate you sharing the story. The hard stuff, like, you're very transparent, and that's super helpful for everybody to see and be able to wrestle with themselves, because we all have those problems, and it's hard sometimes to be honest about what's hard, right? and to share that with other people and be vulnerable. So thank you so much for being vulnerable today and for bringing your product, which there's a lot of product over there to check out so you can actually see the brand in action. So thanks again. Another big hand for Valerie.
Trevor, just really quick, just wanted to remind everybody, I mentioned patent, and patent today is actually the patent class from 12 to 1:30. And he will help launch a provisional patent for free if you meet with him. And he's amazing. And he will get, and to potentially do that with some of your product ingredients, I think would be huge.
And he is Stuart Meyer. And he has been a patent attorney for years. He's now retired, but he really wanted to contribute and give back. And so he was here at a 1MC. Kim had invited him, and he was just super helpful, and we threw out the idea, and he said, absolutely. So definitely, like anybody you know that might be wrestling with patent issues, or maybe you should even consider it, have them be here today at noon. It's free, and it's going to be a tremendous value to have that information. So again, two of our entrepreneurs, two of the 1MC entrepreneurs, yeah. I say ours like they're ours, yes. That's right, that's right. And you know, one of the things that was inspiring about your story, and I think, you know, we have our 1-year anniversary coming up next week as 1MC, which is awesome, right? And I'm wondering how many people in the room would consider themselves to have some version of ADHD, right? And I will throw out there that, yes, I struggle with these types of issues myself. I think a lot of it is trained. We have these devices that allow us to never be bored, and we train ourselves not to be bored. I think that we build businesses that require dopamine hits to keep going, right? And so often, oh, Joel, you can't get up and walk away right now. This is, yeah. Just see, that's what we call tension, Joel, yes. No, but that sense of needing change or needing that dopamine hit, that needing growth, you know, we build businesses around the concept of growth. And so what happens is it becomes really hard sometimes when we have a boring month, when we have that, maybe a stagnation, and then what do? We start to panic, and we start to pivot, or, you know, like come up with new ideas, and so it makes it really hard to see something through and to get through that boring piece. And to be honest, profit is found in the boring.
I have to wake up a lot of times and really concentrate on, like, you have to get up and make this today. There is no exception.
The tough stuff. You don't feel like it every day. Yeah.
Soap, and I'm like, I don't want to make it. It's hard. It's very difficult, and it's messy. And then,
yeah. So that, you know, how many people feel that? Feel like sometimes where it's like, it's boring, or maybe, you know, I know this. I'm projecting a lot right now. Let me just be honest with you. But that concept, that idea, where I am building something, I'm really excited about it. And then I wake up one day, and now it's like, oh, I actually have to like keep building that thing, but I have these other ideas, or these other things that are exciting to me, or somebody, or a new opportunity came into my lap. It's not that those opportunities are, you know, we shouldn't discard everything, but also knowing that you have to pick something, that you have to stick with it. That's the only way forward. Nothing happens instantly or overnight, even though it appears, you know, we have these overnight stories, but that's not the true piece of it. It's somebody picked something, they stuck with it, it was super boring and sucked at times, right? Anybody familiar with the rule of thirds? Yeah, so basically like a third of the time it's fun and exciting and joyful. A third of the time it's just sort of boring and meh. And a third of the time it actually sucks and isn't fun at all. And having that balance is important because means that you're doing something meaningful, that's hard, and you're sticking with it, right? It's not always going to be fun. So I put that out there because we all are dealing with this sort of dopamine issue in our personal lives, but it also exists in our professional lives. It also exists in how we run our businesses and what we do when things get hard or boring or slow at times. We start panicking and we start needing that dopamine hit of growth and excitement and new. And so just ask that question to yourself. Is this a moment that I'm needing that hit? Or is this actually a moment where I need to sit with this and think through it and spend that time? So anyways, I just want to share that with you. How many people are attending the patent workshop today? Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. We've got some. So share the word. Again, you all know somebody who's trying to create something right now that probably could benefit from having some of that instruction and knowing that it doesn't have to cost a bunch of money to get the provisional patents going and whatnot. It doesn't have to cost virtually, sometimes in some cases, much of anything. So share it out, please. That would really help us because we want to show Stuart a lot of support as well since he's showing us the support. Cool?
Also, too, just really quick. So for next week, invite everyone you know. We would love, we're not doing major, we had some plans, but whatever, it's busy. We have businesses. With that being said, if you could do anything, invite anybody to come and attend next week. Like, we would love to have our highest attendance ever on our 1-year anniversary. So if you can make it or know somebody that did, and I'm sorry, just really quick, I know everybody's itching to leave, but piggybacking after you, I've had my business for 6 years, my mortgage company, and about every 18 months, I go, that's it, I'm done, I want to find something new, I want to go, this isn't satisfying anymore, this isn't what I want it to be, and you hit spot on right now for me because it's the dopamine hit, it's the excitement, it's the creating something new and doing all of this. You know, I have that in what I do, but I don't have it in that creative side. And so thank you for that because you spoke directly to me about identifying why I go through that to where I put out resumes. I'm like, I'm finding a new job. Like, I'm done with this. And I'm 6 years in with a successful business. And I want to walk away because it's just not giving me that same hit, satisfaction, things like that. So I'll just live vicariously through all of you.
Awesome. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for being here. It doesn't happen without you. If this room's empty, then we just sit here and talk to ourselves. So thank you very much. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great one. See you next week.
Peut-on savoir, mon ami, comment vous exercez actuellement vos talents? Puisque cela vous intéresse, je termine, enfin, je mets la dernière main, à une chose.
Also, please scan the QR code on the screen at the front of the stage. Please scan that code before you leave and check in. Thank you very much.
Dirty city under sea, mighty fine, so trying to play you out, fool. Don't you know the modules are way more satisfied out before you lose? Cause it's the way my daddy made me die, and every day through when we blowin', but we gotta